lakad matatag!
Normally. Build, and the Leshrac could just grab the one defensive item and probably be okay in most situations, although
the past two BTS Pro series, that second phase has gotten drastically shortened. I think it went from what typically was 10 to 12 days to being severely reduced as DNM gets hooked, doesn't get the pounce off either. Well,
that damage and waited out, so speed is going to be okay, but where... Oh, never mind. Just a push for the ring. Makes sense.
Feels good to be this good.
But now, he's got his Ring of Health up and running, so he's looking good in that lane. Speaking of looking good, though, this is actually slightly earlier than I thought that they would...
Has to be very careful, even though it's really close, and he does get control of his small camp at the very least. The wave is pushing out, so Gannick's just going to look to interrupt, where DNM has to walk over, and Oscar's going to get a real easy, what looks like level 4.5, something like that.
And Dodd on the other side is going to get himself taken down. Interesting play there. Prada wrapped around behind. They were...
Pudge, who only has 4 armor, tried to fix the problem with the Ring of Protection. Kind of just threw away his lane. He's going to be coming back to a Broodmother who is almost level 5, is looking at her level 6. You're not even level 4. I mean, I feel like 5RAT are just extremely happy with what's happening with speed right now. Even though Nick hasn't been able to really have an effect on mid, he probably will at that 6-minute turn. As top, it happens again. It's where the does make it a little bit more difficult for him to gank. Even though right now, he's just farming. Everybody's just farming. What an even game. Both offlaners balling out of control. Both carries already in recovery mode, and mid is effectively a draw. This is like the most even start I think we've seen so far.
Yeah, I mean, we've been kind of used to just one team starts taking the lead and just kind of holds it for a long while. That was the case in quite a few of those Phase 1 matches. But, well, we're 7 minutes in. Plenty of time for someone to pull away as right on cue, Speed getting aggressive again. They take down Prada, and now Dodd, yeah, you have no backup. No mana. There's a TP in from Gannick, but it's too late already, and now Gannick, I don't know if you want to be here. Is there any mana left? No. Speed. Pops the mango, keeps on chasing. They know Gannick already used his...
So hard that he isn't able to stay where I think they drafted him to stay. And they might try to get aggressive here on DNM. Nice rotation in from Leo Style, but finds the pounce angle. I think he's stuck, though.
Yeah, no way out of the tree line now. Should be taken down as Leo Style gets the kill. AB1, this is not where you want to be. This is almost certainly going to be another death as Oscar over on the other side of the map jumps in alongside Prada. They're able to take out Speed, so just like that, 3 kills Infinity's way. But look at Red 2, wants into the fight. Missing, though, onto the Ember Spirit, and now they're going to try and fight this one out. Prada comes in with the Solar Guardian. They've got the Dismember onto Red 2. This Leshrac, not a lot of HP, has to fight it out. Won't be able to survive. Nick wants the Dodd kill and does get it, but it's going to cost him his life as well.
Oh, it's so close to
DNM.
being a good play.
And he gets something. Bounce. First right click. Okay. Farming just at a stupidly high pace. Still the top net worth hero, even with those couple of deaths. But his teammates are looking to fight something without him, but Leo Style is just too hard to bring down. He's able to jump away. He jumps right into AB1, though. The DOT's on him. And Leo Style still goes down, so... Right place, right time for the silencer. Able to contribute without using his ult there, which he didn't have. But fact remains, he gets a nice bit of gold, gets his arcane boots. Now Gannick is probably going to die for that bounty rune. Can he pull off a deny play to the neutrals? No, he cannot.
It feels good.
Yeah. Just a little bit far forward. Feels confident to be...
DNM just got the Echo Saber brought out to him as well, so... Both sides getting a little bit of a power up here, but who makes the first move? Leo Style gets the root down. Gannick is going to really try to commit for this, but they jump into an avalanche, and this is getting a little bit complicated. They're chasing after Lil Nick. There's a secondary root coming in, and they will be able to take him down, but they wanted more. Oscar, though, kind of jumps the gun. Didn't activate his BKB. He'll pop it now, but now it's too late. That's unbelievably awkward, especially with Prada still coming in. The Solar Guardian just puts him right in the middle of 3, and... of his health remaining, so unfortunate play. Dodd, though, gonna try to get a little bit back, but Nick got a split second there to get Avalanche off after the hook connected, so maybe he can walk this out. Still taking some damage, but the pipe barrier is irrelevant. Oscar jumps in, gets the kill. Now they've got the Dismember onto Speed. I don't know if the Pulverize was necessary there, but They didn't want to let that spider slink away, but now, Red 2, you have revealed yourself in this fight. Can he walk away? Not if Oscar charges, but since he doesn't have Pulverize, they don't have Lockdown. Just trying for the body blocks, but the root comes in. Leo Style has the Lockdown in AB1. He's going to try. There's going to be the Global, but I don't think it matters. The Trample is not canceled by it, and he got it off before. Oscar does die for that play, but they're going to be happy with it overall. Infinity take another kill and maybe more. Do they want to dive the tower with DNM TPing in? It's looking a little bit iffy, but Genic says we're going. Let's get this kill. They did end up paying for it, though. Prada will fall, and now I think Genic may end up going down, too. So a little bit of greed, and ET, part of me wants to say, really all that does is even out the kill count.
Not to Roche. We do not have the heroes to do that right now. So they just kind of have to awkwardly let that play die, even though Oscar is raring to go. Oscar has an Ags. He will make DNM's life a living hell. He cannot get any Essence Shift procs in the team fight, and another smoke coming out. Could find the punish onto Nick, but this is still them working for this kill in Red 2.
Stun. Big stun comes out. Prada's dropped low. They'll take him down. They do end up having to sacrifice Nick, though, and AB1 goes down as well, but the buybacks are coming in. They're TPing onto the outpost. But at this point, Infinity are trying to regroup. They recognize that they've gone maybe a little bit too far in the opening of that fight, but now Oscar's going to push his way forward. There's that Uproar upgrade. He's going to push his way in. BKB activated. Pulverize onto the Tiny. Where's the rest of his team, though? Dodd's coming, eventually. And they do get the hook onto DNM. That's going to force out the ult immediately. And the regroup really kind of looked like the right idea. Infinity now have so much power in this fight, but they get split up for a second. There's the jump in. Dodd dropping low. Oscar trying to charge in to help him, but Dodd is still dropping. He's buying time with the Dismember, but I think he's still going down. And at this point, Oscar didn't have any HP left either. He's going to die. Global Silence comes through, so once the Sleight of Fist ends from the Ember, he is silenced up. Now he's caught by the Pounce. Now he's stunned by the Splitter. And the Lockdown just follows one after another, and
to stop the other spells. Okay, sure. The funniest silencer build in the world is just ending up working out. And look mid, looking for his BKB.
Oscar's trying to hold off. But the charge does get him away, but look at Nick jumping in. There's that blink into the Avatos. Genic is going to get pulled back and taken down. Leo Style. Well, now his BKB will come out. But he has to pop his, so the whole point of that play for Infinity over onto the other side of the map. And DNM. He pounces as Leo Style was TPing in, so that does take the Ember out of the fight for just a moment, but here comes the response. Oscar is just trampling on everyone. Nick's going to get taken down. They do manage to get DNM out of there, but they've got to regroup. Red 2 falling back. Age is still up for a minute, but this isn't really where you want to use it. And they will be able to really keep the damage to just the Tiny.
Yeah, and I think but there's just no way for them to escape. Prada's finally getting some time, though. Gets the D word, probably the safest D word he can, with the Pudge sitting behind him to hook him out. But a little bit of control finally goes their way. But then immediately, somebody's going to go down, even though, okay, there's the global. Gets rid of it. Genic now has to make his way out, but Oscar just now got his BKB back up.
Okay. BKB means he should be able to get out of here. What's going on the back line? Leo Style tried to get onto Nick. He is going to give it another attempt, but the Depth Shroud is going to buy him some time. Now Kisses come out, but a second Global Silence will cancel it. Oscar falls. Leo Style is in trouble. Leashed up, dropped low. Can he get the Slight? Yes, he can, but doesn't have the mana to jump to a Remnant after. And Infinity now starting to see the consequences. They wait too long, then they say, hey, let's take this fight. There's two globals. Your big ults don't do anything anymore, and well, they can't afford to lose much more. Prada's trying to get back into the base, but DNM gets the pounce. Dodd going to go for the defensive hook. Doesn't really hit anything, and that means Nick got the vision. BKB pop, though. Dodd is going to try to fight this out. Maybe he gets the kill onto Nick, but now he needs to make sure he gets back into the base. DNM does not want to let him go. But the Blink Dagger allows the Pudge to escape. That does mean Genic's kind of just stuck here for a bit. Okay, never mind. Good guy Dodd. May have blinked away from his teammate, but turns back.
Gonna pop the smoke onto Prada, and the high ground ward's gonna get placed, but look at this. Oh, he's dead so fast.
Well, he's not dead yet, actually. Still surviving for a while. That is going to create maybe an opening. Infinity try to push their way in, but Kiss is canceled immediately. Dodd gets taken down. Oscar in trouble. BKB is going to wear off in just a second here. He does pop the Uproar. That creates a little bit of separation, but that separation just means they're free to go onto Leo Style. Not able to take him down, but there's going to be the play. Little Nick says,
good to be this good.
If your BKBs are down, I have free reign to initiate. He gets the toss back, and Oscar falls. Genek, I don't know about this one. He is going to try and get himself out. Is there a pounce? Yes, there is. TP canceled, and yeah, that was maybe a little overly ambitious there from the snap.
Again, AB1 with the refresher, he's got it all back up. I mean, you already have the global talents, and you always take the global talents, so that's already not too long of a CD, but having 2 of them already up again, it's just a lot. Toss back, Genek.
It feels good.
That was weird. The hook did hit, but dies in the pullback, so kind of ends up dead in the middle, but that's one of your heroes dead, one who does have buyback, though. Right, they are going to be able to get Genek back into the fight if they need to, but, well, when does the buyback get used? When do they feel like they have an opening? Do they somehow manage to get 5RAT to overextend here as Dodd tries to push his way in? The hook doesn't hit, though. Nick was able to get himself up in the air with the Cyclone, but now there's going to be the Global Silence. Oscar tried to push all the way in for the Pulverize, but now he's trapped too far forward, hexed up, taken down. Now a secondary hex onto Dodd. Going to be able to lock him down. Prada's trying to ult here, but it's just not going to be enough. Dodd goes down. And Dodd does not have buyback, so that's your Pudge out for, well, over a minute. And at this point, ET, over a minute may very well be the rest of the game, because Leo Style's going to get hit up as well. He goes down with no buyback. I don't think Infinity can really do much of anything anymore.
Yeah, no, I think try to stretch out there to maybe enable the backdoor protection to come back in, and they're getting fountain farmed at this point. Oscar's just going in. He doesn't have BKB. Secondary silence comes through, and I think they will get fountain farmed. Red 2 says, okay, well, let's go in, guys. I don't care about this, and yeah, he forces the GG because the supports are just going to get wrecked in the fountain. I mean, Red 2 quite literally said, I don't want to kill these buildings. It's over. Let's go kill them. Make them call GG. Basically, our primary initiator for a lot of this game. An initiation that, again, we have to wait on. We have to make Oscar's early levels a little bit easier, but that's about all they are looking for here with Prada. And depending on how fast this play comes, Prada might even just decide to dip, but they want at least one shot at either AB1 or DNM. Whoever goes up first for a trade. Looks like it's going to be AB1.
All right. Bushwhacks there. Prada goes for the Frostbite, and they're just going to get a kill. He's healing up a little bit with the Leech Seed, but against 3 heroes, that will not be enough right now, because he did absorb a little bit extra in the early stages, but I mean, you look at the way that they're pushing forward, Nick is genuinely in some trouble here. If they can get the full combo out from Dodd, they're going to do exactly that. They pull him back. Frostbite coming through. Nova's there. Dodd gets the kill this time as Prada does not steal another one, and well, that CM pick's looking pretty damn good through the first couple minutes.
Yeah, and even though that play looks weird, it doesn't really feel right.
Still farming at a pretty solid clip here, but he's not doing it for free. I guess we could say that. Over on the other side of the map, though, another fight breaking out. Dodd, this kind of goes back to what we were saying before. You're supposed to be pretty tanky here, but not really. I mean, he's trapped in the shards. He's pulled back. He somehow walks away.
Yeah, and this is where for Infinity, as soon as Dawn gets a few more points up in that Chaos Strike, if 5RAT are not pumping constant resources, constantly buying mangas, and constantly running at their opponent, then the CK eventually will just become the more efficient hero. But that's where I look over at this. The Leshrack's coming over as well. They're baiting them in right now.
They need to pick a target at this point, though. They're kind of splitting a little bit, so that means Speed does have a chance to snowball out. Looks like Nick will get picked off, though. Leo Style just continues to chase it until he's got it, but the core does get away.
Yep, Speed's able to walk out. Leo Style's first. You hit level 6 on Tusk, you want to go for that kill, but also take a peek at this. Infinity decide to go for mid. Don't want to let this tower heal up, and Red 2 doesn't have the boat, and they are very aware that he doesn't have this boat.
They're all in for him, but that snowball pulls Red 2 away. Will it be enough, though? Oh, even the Infest, but that's still not enough. Red 2 will go down, but the cost, it's going to be pretty steep here for the Infinity side of things. They lose both the supports and Oscar. I mean, they got their Kunkka kill, ET, right? You can't.
But as long as they push the Lesh away, that is all that matters. That's all they're going to look for. Keep their mid tower healthy. Keep those living armors going. AB1 just got the tome as well, so he's level 6. So There might be some overgrowth setups to be had. But back over at bottom, well, maxed out tag team. Taking a whole bunch of damage, but yeah, it took too long. Solar Guardian comes back through. Now Nick doesn't want to go down here, but there's not enough lockdown from the rest of the heroes. Now they're getting turned on by the Kunkka.
There's the X in onto Oscar. Ghost Ship will fly through. But they've already used tag team. Do they have enough damage here? They are doing quite a bit, and yeah, Red 2 can do some of the heavy lifting there. Oscar gets taken down, and it's not the kill onto Dodd that they were hoping.
But look top.
Yep,
Leo style.
Here we go.
They would love him. He doesn't have Bloodstone for 7 more seconds. They just caught him at the worst possible time.
Solar Guardian is going to help, but it won't be enough. Leo Style dead. Now Oscar's got to run. He's not making it out of here. He is going to go down. He turns around to do what damage he can, but this is getting very awkward. They've got multiple heroes grouped up, and they are going to go for the freezing field. The damage is good. DNM goes down. That's all they're going to be able to get. Prado has to basically lay out for that, and Genic is still in trouble. The X comes through. The Torrent is going to get timed up successfully, and the neutrals will not actually get the kill on the Hoodwink. AB1 picks up a double kill. Okay. Treant Protector double kill is a bit of a rarity.
With himself, but this is a huge fight. This is the big tower defense.
They caught Speed off to the side here. Snowball, though, is going to buy some time, but unfortunately for him, he pulls himself into the river, and that's, well, there's Overgrowth used. That's kind of awkward. But now Infinity say, all right, let's go.
No, very awkward for maybe one. And yeah, that will be the tier 1 tower going down. Nice attempt as Genic accidentally hits Nick.
Oh, he might get it.
Oh, no.
Now he's going to pay for it. There's the X. The boat's coming through. I do believe that the squirrel's going down here, but Leo Style, do you want the fight? With Dodd coming over, yes, they do. They get the pullback onto the Kunkka. Still pretty tanky, though. Not tanky enough. Tidal Wave doesn't help either. Still goes down, and Genic accidentally gets his team 2 extra kills there off of what ended up being a suicidal play, but it still works.
No, and look at this. They're cooking Dodd. They need a little bit more damage here, but they're looking for that super long kill as Nick coming in is now just going to sit there. Snowball dodge. Great pull.
Phantasm used. Snowball still hits. That is a stolen Solar Guardian from Nick to stun up, and well, Dodd does go down. DNM, though, sniped out. Genic gets it with the sharpshooter, and now 5RAT have to be careful. They've lost 2, and Speed, I don't know if he's getting out of this one. Oscar is pushing forward. Speed's going to try and fight it, though, and he does a lot of damage. So Oscar is the one to die. Now it's just the 2 Infinity supports, but here comes Leo Style into the fight. Wants some sort of kill, but he missed with the stun. Doesn't matter, though. Prado's got the root. Lil Nick still gets locked down, and eventually Infinity kind of swing at their...
into a lot of these fights, but Dodd is also finally looking at items like the BKB and like a Blink Dagger, so we're getting to that point where those big team fights are really going to start.
5RAT trying to be the squad on the offensive here. They did smoke up with 3. They've got the Infest Bomb. That's really not the hero you were hoping to run into, and at this point they just really need to make sure they actually get it. Solar Guardian's coming in. Prada's not dead. Channels the freezing field. The Tidal Wave, though, pulls him back in, and they will find the kill. So Prada goes down, but they're losing a lot of health here on the 5RAT side. Gotta try and swing this fight their way as Red 2 does go down, but DNM picking up the slack. Hits it onto Leo Style. Takes down the Leshrac. Now they've got the CK isolated.
It feels good to be this good.
And they are going to be able to take the fight there, but, well, that one works out pretty well, and Infinity, unfortunately, are basically baited in by the fact that 5RAT took 2.
But again, first stages of the game, at a point where DNM isn't looking at any high grounds, really. The best objective they could look for is probably that bottom tier 2, so the stakes aren't high enough for this Aegis to really matter too much.
Infinity just going to try their best to keep farming and hopefully avoid DNM as much as possible. DNM is not the problem here. That's just a straight 3-on-1 onto Genic. Not a whole lot he can do once the X is on him, so you lose the support, but it keeps the core safe. Cores, though, who are... well, only one of them is smoked up core-wise, but they are looking for some revenge. Can they get any sort of wrap play? They are on to Red 2, but he's got his BKB delivered milliseconds before that goes down, and as you said, a really well-timed bait. And do they go further? Yes, they do. Dodd going to get himself rooted up. punched into the air. Tidal Wave forces his BKB, but there's going to be your Overgrowth connecting onto about 2 or 3. Solar Guardian from Oscar, though, does buy some time, and that should allow Dodd to TP away. The problem is Leo Style is still stuck in the fight. Does get taken down. Getting 2 of your 3 cores out of there.
Bloodstone. He is either in a straight 1v1 versus DNM, who just pops the rage, or is getting vesseled. It's not really pretty. But, okay, bottom. They're looking for speed, but there's no BKB on Dodd for another 25 seconds. They need more heroes.
Yeah, he is getting hit pretty damn hard here, trying to armlet toggle as best as he can, but it won't be enough. And speed, he does go down, but he's done his job. He delivers a team fight to his teammates. And they're going to be able to turn it into a 3-for-1 because Oscar jumps into the river, but here's AB1 to block it off. And, I mean, this is a play that Lifestealers absolutely hate, right? You never really want to have to build the BKB because you're supposed to have it built in, but deciding that rage alone isn't enough. Dodd. Free Fire Torrent actually hits onto him to start it off, so they just go all in with their damage. Oh.
Feels good to be this good.
BKB seconds before death. That's going to hurt a little bit more. By the time he's back up, you'd be looking to maybe regroup and take a fight, but he'll still have to wait a bit for his magic immunity. And Nick just spotted Oscar. There's your Stolen Splitter. He's holding the telekinesis as long as he can. And that allows DNM to get into the fight. Prada, yeah, there's nothing you can do. Just try to run away, but Speed is tracking through the trees. Prada, yeah, you are not getting out of that one. Nick even steals away the Frostbite there, so trade one stolen lockdown spell for another. Aegis time's out there on DNM, but at this point...
But is unfortunate for Infinity that they keep kind of hemorrhaging these BKB charges, because they just haven't gotten a team fight. They haven't gotten a simple engagement where they simply walk up, stun with probably a KS Bolt into Oscar's ultimate, but that was always going to be the issue. Dodd isn't even looking for a Blink Dagger anymore. He thinks he's going to need the damage from Shadow Blade and Silver Edge instead, so he's delaying out his game, but in doing so, there isn't going to be an initiation from Infinity, as the cores, TP in, Prada, can't get the outpost back. What can you do?
Not a whole lot. I mean, he tried the 4-staff play, but you're up against a Kunkka. That doesn't really work as well. So, at least he's able to get Dodd out of there, but as you said, Dodd's build is... It's starting to get into the moment of... Will any of it be enough? Even if he gets the items that he has now shifted towards, will they move the needle enough to matter? As Leo Style trying to hold BKB as long as he can here, and they are doing a lot of damage to Red 2. But the patience pays off. Red 2 goes down. Speed now is the target. Overgrowth has to be used defensively. Meanwhile, back in the river, Lil Nick does get caught and taken down. This is starting to look pretty damn good as Speed will fall. Again, it gets punched into outer space, though, but a sacrifice that, again, they'll be willing to make. 3-for-1 going Infinity's way this time, and are they going to get the tower as well? Yeah, they are, because they got the Edict going. Yeah, he's not poor enough to be a 4, but he's not a full 3. It's that sort of 3.5 as Red 2 able to dodge the initial stun, pops his BKB, Ghost Ship coming in. Not hitting onto the targets they want, though. They need to be able to take down a core. Oscar would be nice, but he's able to use the Ogre Seal Totem to get himself out of that fight, and now Dodd backing away as well. Now they turn around. They're going to go in for the fight. Nick taken out. Speed falling as well. Red 2 still low on HP. BKB down for 70. This is not what 5RAT wanted, but they really can't get away in time as AB1 is going to get hit up. Leocel, though, jumps over him onto DNM, but that's a problem. That's a nullifier onto him. He's just going to get straight up burned. Oh, boy. That's a little bit of an awkward one. Speaking of awkward, though, DNM, he doesn't have any magic immunity left. Both Rage and BKB are on cooldown. Can he somehow live through this? He is trying his best, but it will not be enough. DNM falls. Red 2 now in trouble. Doesn't have any mana and very rapidly running out of health as well. Pulled back in, sniped out by Genic. And Infinity will take the fight. ET, a fight that goes on quite a bit longer than I think either.
This is pretty nice, though, in Prada. Okay. See, I'm not going to have an effect on the fight, but neither is Nick. They're both getting taken down early. This is a weird fight.
DNM's going to pop the Rage and try to turn. They're on to Genic, but there's going to be Oscar coming in with the Solar Guardian, resetting that fight. Red 2 taken down. Dodd gets the double. At Overgrowth, just a defensive one. AB1 has to sacrifice himself, but they were trying to get DNM away, but DNM didn't have his TP, and his BKB's wearing off. There's the slow again, there's the stun, into another stun, into all the damage in the world. And 5RAT it's time to just slam that fucking panic.
Yeah, and it looks like Leo Style is gunning for their glyph right now. Of course, he's got the dialogue eating.
Oh,
Great
God.
steal from Nick, but look at this. Yeah, does not want to give his opponent the split earth, and, well, they're going forward. They're going into Genic. Speed, he's got BKB, but he does not want to be forced outside of the gates of his fountain. I mean, this is just feeling pretty awful, and Speed does not want to go down either. That would be quite the misplay, even though...
They've got him. Oh,
just
no.
played around, got burnt. They have glyphs still, but
Pressure 2.
yeah, it's gotta be just finding Genic early, but here we go. This is the final lane. Retsu's trying to be annoying, and they do get him.
Okay. Genic's dead. They're still holding on to a melee Rax here as well, and they got Leo Style. They're able to lock him down. Can they delay this? No. So they do have to deal with the Aegis, but hey, it's better than nothing, and now they're on to Dot, trying to get some damage in. Half HP on the CK. He's going to pop that invis and try to back out. But by doing so, yeah, he leaves Leo Style all alone. His BKB will come through now, so he's going to try and turn and fight. Oscar comes in. Going to be able to hit him up there with that Solar Guardian, and they will slowly but surely, ET, start to swing the fight their way. Buybacks are coming through. One on Red 2, one on Speed. So they're back into the fight, but DNM went down, and he can't buy back. They're missing a lot of their damage at this point. Still trying to get Leo Style, doing a decent job of getting him low, but they can't finish the job. Oh, they do finally get him, but yeah, that doesn't matter. Buys back, TP's in. He's got bots level 2, so he's right back on the front line, and there's your GG.
Oh, man. Yeah, this game just turned on a...
Right. Trinkets.